Hi, assalamualaikum. Hi friends. So today I'm not gonna act like I'm comfortable in front of the camera, because am I? No, I'm not. But anyways, today I want to talk about judging others. Wow, such a typical topic. But anyways, I just wanted to let all of you pick something out of my brain and let's discuss. So first of all, we have always heard from every part of our society, don't judge other people, jangan judge, freedom of choice, freedom of expression, lantaklah orang nak buat apa, kan? Alright, okay. But I think that judgment is something that it's impossible for anyone to escape. Why? Because for me, having a judgment upon a certain someone or a certain situation and acting upon the judgment are two very different things, right? Why? Because judgment is a thought, and thoughts are something we keep inside our heads unless we allow ourselves to express them to other people and let other people know what our judgment is. Okay. And what judgment really is that, okay, when we see someone for the first time, our brain will immediately have this whole, it will make this entire list of what we can see from the person on the surface. Their looks, the way they're dressed, their race, their height, everything like that. It's very on the surface, and we will immediately assess, okay, ini macam mana? Is he light skin? Is he dark skin? Is he does he look rich? Does he look the opposite of rich? Right. But whether we want to express how we feel and what we think of the certain someone is entirely up to us. Okay, so now we have this whole entire judgment, but it becomes even more bearing when our mind does this incredibly unnecessary thing, really, that we start to assume other people. We start to assume things that we cannot see on the surface, and sometimes these things, 90% aren't even going to be true. For example, when we see a bit of a plump person, one of the most typical initial reactions is that we believe that the person eats quite a lot, when in fact they might be facing their own eating disorders. Or when we see a person wearing very branded clothes, or bag LV, Gucci shoes, and then we assume that they are very wealthy, padahal baru tak. See, all these things we cannot really control ourselves, because it's these things that we've grown up with, like what society feeds us with, and it's completely natural. But what we can control is what we do with this list of this super duper brief biodata that we know about someone that we met just 2 minutes ago. Alright, but I also think that this capability that we have been granted to by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is a blessing, as it also acts as a defense mechanism when we want to choose our correct friends, when we want to assess a situation, or whether we want to figure out, are we in danger or not. Then when we actually have our own judgment on the said situation, then we stay clear of the danger. Let's say a person introduces to us a business plan, and then we immediately detect, there's a fault in this business plan and it's probably going to cause me to lose a lot of money. Then you back out. That's judgment, and that is something that Allah has given us that we use so much in protecting ourselves on a daily basis. Right. So now in our heads we have the list of very brief criteria about a certain someone or a certain situation. So what do we do about that? Now this is where husnul zan and verbal responsibility plays such an important role. So what is husnul zan? Basically, husnul zan is thinking positively about anything that still have question marks, still aren't clear, still things that we have little things unsure about, and giving the person or the situation the benefit of the doubt. Alright, so when we see someone, or when we are giving service to someone on a regular basis, and this person, he isn't very friendly, he or she isn't very friendly, they aren't very accommodating, very prissy, very picky about things, and you know, naturally we would feel annoyed, we would feel impatient, we would to a certain extent feel very angry, like, oh, dia ni sombong, dia ni belagak macam. But it's that vulnerable moment when Shaitan will try to get to us and tell us, okay, be angry, this person is ticking you off, be angry. And that is exactly why we need to build a certain amount of taqwa to just tell our brains to relax, take a step back, and really try to make excuses for the said person, and why they are being so prissy, why they are being so impatient, why they are being so rude. For instance, oh, this girl is very impatient and she's being pretty annoying. Maybe she's on her period cramps. Or this guy, he's being very rude, he's being very aggressive. Maybe he just got cheated upon. Maybe by a salesperson or even his girlfriend, wallahu alam. But when we have these excuses for certain someone, we will start to relate. And we will start fikir, oh, kalau aku period cramp pun perangai aku macam tu kot. And this amazing thing happens when we become a much better human being, because we suppress our anger. We treat them with patience, we become more accommodating, we become sympathetic towards said person, and we are very, okay, it's okay, today is their day to be angry, and I will have my days where I am very impatient, I go through circumstances that make me very angry, and I do not want to give this bad impression to someone else. I do not want other people to think that I am 24/7 this angry person, padahal I'm only like this for 1 hour of an entire week. So we give someone the benefit of the doubt, and what happens is this beautiful circle where, okay, this very angry guy comes and we treat them with patience, we treat them with kindness, and inshallah their heart will open up into thinking, oh, you know, my world was bad 10 minutes ago, and now the life has given me someone who made me smile, someone who made me feel their kindness, feel their gentleness, and in return they will start softening up their hearts towards us, hence changing our entire judgment about them. Because fact is, judgment, like I said, is something in our heads, and it is something that can be changed. It is something can be altered depending on the situation, depending on the time, depending on how two people treat each other. And I think that is the beautiful thing about patience. Another great story I want to share is that in the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, there was a woman, a non-Muslim woman, who was carrying groceries back to her house, and a young man came to her and offered her help. And she accepted her help, but she said to him, alright, but throughout our entire journey, do not say a word to me about Muhammad. And throughout their journey, this woman was telling this young man, oh, do not believe in Muhammad. She cannot accept the things that Muhammad is feeding the younger generations, the people in Mecca at that time. And then throughout this entire journey, the young man was very accommodating. He was very polite. He didn't try to say no to this woman. And then when they arrived at her house, this woman asked him, oh, what's your name? He said, my name is Muhammad. And this woman just was in awe, because subhanallah, the patience that Rasulullah had toward this woman was something that is beyond our taqwa. He was very polite. He respected her, and because of his respect towards her, she respected him back after that he revealed that he was Muhammad. Because, you know, when you are being harassed by someone, verbally harassed, and you are being told very unkind things, fact is, most probably, this person who is saying unkind things about you knows all this information from someone else, and you are being blindly accused on so many levels. So my point is that think before you act. Even in the most horrible situations, find the bright light in everything and do the best for yourself and for the people around you, because I myself know that words can kill, can destroy someone else, but it can also build someone else's happiness. It can make someone else's day, and it can bring life to things that are almost dead. And I think that power is something that Allah has granted each and every one of us who is able to articulate our ideas, able to say things that we want to say, and we should use that capability with full responsibility and not use them in a negative way that can hurt other people. And in a sense, when we hurt other people, we will tend to hurt ourselves as well. So thank you, and like I said, this is a discussion, so if you got any ideas or any debates regarding what I just said, then just comment it and just let me know, because I really want to use my capability to think to make this world a better place. Thank you. Bye bye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.